Hey there, YouTube. How are you all doing out there today? We are getting closer and closer to summer, aren't we? It's May already. Good Lord. And it is looking like it's going to be a hot one if we're going by the temperatures that we already have. But hopefully there will be some good watermelons and good summer fruits around this season. But anyhow, thought I would share what I eat today. I haven't done one of these in a while and just kind of woke up this morning impromptu and thought I would do it. And you know, sometimes these probably get a little bit, me showing my food probably gets a little bit repetitive because it's kind of the same things in different versions and combinations over and over and over. I'm not real, I kind of keep it pretty simple. I'm not like I don't need like 100 recipes. I used to be boring when I didn't eat a plant-based diet, but anyhow, this is one of my favorite breakfasts right here. I know I've shared this one before. In fact, I think I shared one making one, but this is an acai bowl. Nice and big. You see how big that is. That's a big bowl. And the base, people always want me to make the base. All it is, cheap food processor. I put frozen bananas in there. I take an acai packet, I put it in there, and I just hit the button and it turns on and blends it up kind of like a blender. So that would be like a 30-second video. Just put the frozen fruit in there, put it on, let it go. And that's all there is to the base of the bowl there. And then I'm using a mango. Actually, this is a grocery store mango. I've been getting some good ones at the Asian market, but I got some a couple of days ago at my local store for a decent price. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that's going to be a regular thing. Also cut up, there's a little bit of a glare in here, sorry. Also cut up a couple of kiwis there, love my kiwis. And then just sprinkled in a few pumpkin seeds. Like to mix up my nuts and seeds. I don't use a lot of them, I just use a small amount. But I like to do something a little bit different every day. I try to get a little bit of something. Like I think yesterday I had some walnuts, and then other days I'll just use flax seeds or chia seeds or hemp seeds. But gonna go sit down and eat this, and we will just see how the day plays out. All right, time to eat again, and I am hungry. I mean, seriously hungry. I just finished working out a little while ago, got home, put some stuff together, and I am ready to sit down and dig into it. What I've got here is a big old bowl. This is the big bowl. The one this morning of the same type was the smaller bowl. This is the big boy bowl right here. And what I have here is I've got some collard greens here. You're going to see a lot of collard greens. I'm from here in the South, we eat a lot of collard greens. I grew up eating a lot of collard greens. So got a bed of collard greens under there. I've got some sweet potatoes, and I only had like one smaller sweet potato, so I steamed it, and I had some little small white potatoes or red potatoes, so I steamed those as well. I got some chickpeas. I cooked this pot of chickpeas yesterday. Like I've told you guys before, I generally cook my beans, legumes, 3 days worth at one time. And people always ask me this, so I'll just say it I'll tell them real quick. I don't season with it. My seasoning game isn't anything special. I just basically look up in the cupboard, see what I've got in there. But when I'm cooking beans, I will generally use some garlic powder, some onion powder. I'll put a little powdered ginger in there just because ginger's good for you. I put a little powdered ginger in there. A lot of times I'll put some turmeric in there. And a lot of times I'll put, even if I'm using curry, I'll put some turmeric in there because it's just good for us. But this particular batch, I did use some curry in there. And then I've got some yellow summer squash here. Man, I grew up loving that stuff too here in the South. Also too, I'm trying to remember the things people always ask. People worry about the sauce. What sauce are you putting it on or whatever? I'm not really that much of a big sauce guy. I know I have mentioned that there are some things that I'll make a sauce for, but usually it's just one of my salad dressings, a salad dressing that'll go with it. But for this particular, those seasonings that I put in those chickpeas that I was telling you about make a nice little broth in there. So I just take a spoon and kind of put some on top of all my stuff, and it gives it a nice, really nice taste like that. Sometimes too, I do cook my beans in low sodium veggie broth as well. So, like I say, just whatever you got up there. You people are probably a lot better in the kitchen than I am. So, anyhow, without any further ado, I'm about to go sit down and tear into this bowl, and I will be back when I decide to eat again for the day. Okay, it's time for the final segment of this video, and I am going to finish off with a nice big salad, which is packed with a lot of stuff. So much stuff that I'm going to try to see if my old senile brain can remember it all. Underneath it all, I've got a head of red leaf lettuce. I've got some cucumber. I've got some red onion. I've got tomato. I've got some dulse flakes. Got a lot of lentil sprouts up here. I'm waiting on some broccoli sprouts to finish off, so I didn't have any of those today. Let's see, what else? Got some steamed asparagus here. Got some baked tofu here. And I've got just a little bit of sauerkraut here. I get this stuff, I'll show it to you real quick. Pretty good brand, Cleveland Kraut. And this stuff, it is kind of high in sodium. I just eat it because I like to get a little bit of like to get regular fermented foods in there. But I just use like a very, very little bit, like maybe an ounce with each time I eat it, which is a little bit over a tablespoon. And the dressing is just a throw together today. It wasn't necessarily one of my special ones. It wasn't a recipe or anything. Sometimes I just throw something together because I'm hungry and I don't want to put a whole lot of thought into the dressing part of it. So yeah, it just was some things I threw together just to let you know how much fat I've eaten throughout the day. There was a tablespoon of tahini in it as well, and I think if you count that, I think there's like 8 or 9, 10 different plant foods in this. So if you go back through the day, and I'm not going to do the math right here, but if you go back through the whole day of eating and all the different foods in there, you'll probably see there's somewhere between 15 and 20 different things, and that's just within one day. So the more you start thinking about variety, the easier it gets to get those like 30 different plants a week or plant-based foods a week in, like Dr. Bolsewitz suggests. So anyhow, just thought I would share that for some of the newer folks in here that haven't seen how I eat in a day or how I put it all together in a day. I don't eat the same every day. I'm not obsessed every day. Did I get everything today? That's why I like to try to mix it up from day to day. Like one day might be quinoa, one day might be sweet potatoes instead. Try to get different ingredients for my salads. Fruit's good in my salad. I've actually enjoyed putting the apple in there from time to time recently. So anyhow, that's it for today. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you here later this week. Peace.